Of course, is Football Manager in there? Spoiler, it is, but where is it at? Something a little bit different today. Now this channel, obviously, you're used to it being completely dominated by Football Manager, right? All these videos, Football Manager, me talking about Football Manager, the game, all that jazz. But I'm actually quite old, you know, and young me, what? I've been around the block and I've played a few games, and here's my 10 absolute favourites. Oh my days, it's Battletoads on the NES. Who had it? Who had it? It's one of the first games I ever got. It's like a side-scroller, beat-em-up kind of puzzle thing. Graphics, believe it or not, at the time, were jaw-dropping. Shout out to NES Guide for having all these videos on there and helping me reminisce. I remember this level right here was an absolute shit. This video, by the way, is why I asked this question the other day on my YouTube, just because I'm interested in it. We're all playing Football Manager, but what else do we used to play? Right, number 9. Halo 3, right? This is the first one I played on like a nearly new gen console. For me, that was it at the time. It was an Xbox. We all got this, me and my mates, and I was blown away. Oh my days, just watching this makes me want to go back and play it. I remember when I bought this, I was jaw dropped. And then we got the multiplayer. This multiplayer was mad. Remember, me and my mates hadn't experienced something like this ever. Ever. We started playing this, blown away. Which led us on to number 8, by the way. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one that came out for your Xbox, your PS4 at the time. Nowadays they come out all the time, and I've stopped playing it, especially online because there's so many idiots around. But this, and when we came over from Halo to this, mind-blowing. I know I keep saying mind-blowing, I'll stop. But when we got into the next mode, it really was mind-blowing. Bloody COD, Team Deathmatch, tell me something better than that with all your mates on one team.
Our UAV is online!
Mario Kart, any of the versions, 64, SNES, whatever they're doing now on Switch, amazing. Although saying that, this level is the devil. And who can forget the absolutely mental, unsensical, gibberish trophy celebrations. I think the best thing about Mario Kart is literally anyone could play it. Your kids, your wife, anyone. Mint. NBA Jam on whatever system, arcade or console. From the madness of selecting your team and what duo you're going to use, and choosing Chicago Bulls all the time, and try and work out where MJ was. You're just working to get that zone where you were on fire like that. Amazing.
International Superstar Soccer.
One of the first football games I absolutely loved. The first, if you like, Pro Evo on the SNES. Raw, horrible, but man, back in the day, I loved it. If you press that through ball button, you are in every time. Get in. You talk about games you can get lost in. Zelda, any of them, but Zelda 64, wow. The hours I spent on this. Hours and hours wandering around trying to find little things like picking up chickens. Who thought that could be so interesting? But you want a game to get immersed in. Back then, the graphics just blew us away. The story was amazing, like every Zelda game is. I've got the latest one on Switch. Amazing. Here it is, it finally makes its entry into the top 10. It's Championship Manager, the old school. Do you know how hard it is to find footage of this game? So hard. So shout out to Board 13 for his footage here. This is the early days. This is when I first started. Look at them names. Andy Cole, Andrea Flo, Luca Toni, Marcus Bent, Craig Bellamy. What's going on here? That's the 2001-2002 version. This is what I want you to see. So this is the gameplay. So think about all the 3D and 2D we've got now. 2D was seen as a luxury back then. We just had that text, judging the game on the text. So addictive. I played up to being sick to my mother so I could play on that Amiga 1600. That's how I first got into this. There's the old school tactic page. Look at this. Look at these basic options. My God, how did we do it? But it's a legacy, and it's still one of my favourite games ever.
Like a donut, Carl.
Officer Pendlebury's down. We'll be right over.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
That's right, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now for me, this is the best Grand Theft Auto there's ever been. I mean, how many missions was there in the main game? Then you've got all the side quests. You have triads, you have cop missions, you've got street racing. Gameplay's insane. I think this took me, I couldn't even tell you how many months to finish this game. And then when I thought I'd finished it, there was little side missions like this. It just keeps on going. Don't even talk to me about this level. This level took me far too long. I can't even land the plane still. But the best thing about it for me is the storyline arc that goes right through the game. Just incredible. Yes, indeed. My favourite game of all time is No Mercy 64 on the N64. The greatest wrestling game of all time, bar none. Now granted, the graphics aren't as good as nowadays. They're a bit aged, but the gameplay on this bad boy just destroys anything that's been since. Hell, even the story mode was decent. I mean, them graphics are hilarious now, but we didn't play it for the graphics. It was the ease of gameplay, the combo play. It wasn't just button bashing. It was just magnificent. The best one. All the others since, all the 2K games, not for me. And without the best laugh on the game was with your mates in the Royal Rumble mode. Flawless, flawless. You'd get someone knocked out, someone random and then run in. Even better when you made your own character. Me and my man Ross used to make the most ridiculous characters. And when they ran in, it was just hysterical. What I would do for a remake of this bad boy now. I know you can find the remakes that people have done, but in a traditional remake, maybe AEW are going to do it. Please make this game just like this. That's all I want. And that, crew, is a wrap. That was a bit different for me today, but I just wanted to go through some old school games because I've been toying with playing some and doing some content on them for the channel. Let me know your top games down below. I want to reminisce. I want to check them out on YouTube as well. Maybe even get one of those little retro systems. See you soon.